oftentimes I've been asked, what's a better net front system? Is it boxing out or is it fronting? And for me, it's not about one or the other, but it's more about the reads that you have to make that is going to determine whether or not you're going to box out or front. So when we're talking about the reads, 3 reads that I like to use with our teams are the kind of puck movement that you're going to see on the ice, the shot location, so where the shot's coming from, and then is there a net front presence and where is that net front presence located? So when we look at the type of puck movement, is that puck movement going vertically? Is it moving low to high in the zone? Or is that puck moving across the top of the blue line? So is it a horizontal play prior to the shot being taken? When we look at shot location, is the shot coming from the outer thirds of the ice, either in this quadrant or in this section over here rather, or is the shot being taken from the middle part of the ice there? And then the last thing that we look at is, of course, the net front presence. So when we're looking at the net front presence, I'm trying to look at, is that net front presence located between the posts? So have they made their way in front of the goalie's eyes relative to where the shot is coming from? Or is that net front presence already outside the post? So these 3 determining factors: the kind of puck movement, is it low to high, is it east to west? Shot location, is it in the middle of the ice or the outer third of the offensive zone? Or is the net front presence, again, in front of the goalie's eyes, or are they outside the line of vision from the goalie to where the shot is coming from? So when we take a look at all of this, I have a couple of still frames here to have a look at. This is our net front system at work here. And essentially, this shot is actually coming off a horizontal play in the zone. We're looking at white here. We're Canada playing against the US. The US is in blue here. And this shot is coming from the outer third of the ice. Okay, so in this still frame right here, you can see that the net front presence has already made their way between the pipe. Okay, so right here, our strong side D, we want to be in a fronting position. We don't want to try to push this person out of the way, because if we do, we're just going to end up screening our goalie and taking away our goalie's eyes off the puck. So in this situation, again, we're going to have our strong side D in a fronting position, while our weak side D or our backside D is going to be in a position where they're taking away any threats to the back post. Okay, and at the same time, they're not necessarily boxing out, but they're in a position where if they have to box out, they can box out. But at the same time, if we're able to block this shot, we're in a real good position to be able to jump on offense and join the rush. So our next clip here is this still frame here is off a puck movement, a vertical puck movement, so low to high play, versus the last one was off an east to west. This is off a low to high play. And here in this frame, you'll notice that our strong side D, instead of fronting here, is in a position where we're ready to box out if we have to, okay? And at the same time, if we are able to block this shot, we're in a great position to be able to join the rush. Meanwhile, our weak side D here is in a great position, again, to take care of our goalie's far post here, right? And at the same time, if we have to box out, we're close enough to be able to do that. But if we do block this shot, we're now in a position where we can join the rush. And here we're allowing our goalie to get eyes on the puck. So you can see our goalie is covering the short side of the net, which is the biggest part of the net. They should be able to control any rebounds from this area of the ice. And also making it harder for this defenseman to be able to, score a goal or put any pucks through to the net, onto the net. If it does go to the far side of the net, relatively speaking, that goalie only has to make very small adjustment to be able to make that save. So I got one more still frame here to kind of show you, and this is coming from a shot from the middle of the ice here. In this picture here, our goalie's going to occupy the biggest part of the net, which is the middle part of the net. And any shots that are coming from the middle part of the net here, we want both of our defense to be taking care of any threats off the goalie's inside post. And here you can see both our D are doing a great job here of eliminating any threats off the post and off the post here. So that's basically the system.